We are doing the Brahma-saṁhitā. And today we are in the next second Sloka. So we will be looking chapter 5th, Shlok number 29th from Brahma-saṁhitā. So let's see the Sloka and the translation. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabhi abhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasrasa Sambram Sevaya Manam Govindamadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Translation: I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. Anybody want to recite the shloka?
May I repeat, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavratishu surabhir abhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrasata sambrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, we were seeing that Brahma-saṁhitā was spoken by Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma received this direct knowledge from Lord Krishna. And that is at the beginning of the creation. And Lord Brahma realized that Lord Krishna is the Supreme. And then to praise Lord Krishna, he actually composed these hymns. And you see that Brahma-saṁhitā, if you take Brahma-saṁhitā, it actually explains the complete universe, and it also explains the relation between the material and spiritual world. So if we go all the shlokas, we'll try to understand how this material world is different from the spiritual world. So this Brahma-saṁhitā explains the creation of the universe and the relation between the material and spiritual world. Along with that, it also actually praises the Lord Krishna, the Govinda. So it describes about the Goloka. So where Govinda resides, where Lord Krishna resides, he resides in Goloka. So it describes about Goloka Vrindavan, the external abode of Sri Krishna, and also detail the process of Bhakti Yoga, the devotional service. As we are seeing in Bhagavad Gita, there are different yogas, and one of the yoga is Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is the most important of all the yogas because it is the best way to actually attain the love of God. So we see that what happens when Brahma was born. He was born from the top of the lotus flower that sprouted from the navel of Garbhadhayi Vishnu. And when he was born, initially he saw that everything is dark. And because there was nothing, right? He was given the responsibility to create this complete material world. So everything was dark. So then Brahma started doing austerities. So he started performing austerities. He started meditating on Krishna and his abodes. And during this meditation, he saw Krishna is playing his flute. And the sound from the flute, which is also known as Venu, as the source of the complete Vedic knowledge. Also, we see that Lord Brahma, actually he got the instruction from Goddess Sarasvati, Gayatri. And he was initiated and he was enlightened through that. So if you see the previous verse also, that is 28th verse, we see that it was mentioned there that he's led this initiation led Brahma to offer beautiful hymns in the praise of Lord Krishna. And if you see, all these prayers actually are recited in temples today. When we see in the Brahma Murta, all these prayers are actually recited, especially when you see in South India, in South Indian temples, you see all these prayers in the morning at the time of Brahma Murta, these prayers are recited. So now coming to this shloka, it actually mentioned two very important words. One is, we'll see in this detail, one of this is Chintamani. So what is Chintamani actually? So he is referring about Chintamani, which is nothing but the touchstone. Right? So Brahma is stating that in Krishna's abode, that is in Goloka, the highest spiritual planet, it is completely made of Chintamani, that is touchstone, unlike the material world, where everything we see, it is made of bricks, cements, and other material things, right? So this transcendental stone, that is Chintamani. So in Goloka Vrindavan, everything is composed of this transcendental stone. Everything actually, it is made of not the material element, but this Chintamani touchstone. So this highlighting the spiritual and magnificent nature of Krishna's abode, which is actually very different from material world. Also, it is mentioned in this shloka, we see the word Kalpavriksha. So what is Kalpavriksha? Kalpavriksha is the desired tree. So the desired tree basically fulfills all our needs. Whatever we wish, whatever we can wish, when we desire it from this Kalpavriksha, it actually grants that desire. And this actually symbolizes beyond the material limitations. So in material world, if you ask something from the tree, you cannot get, right? Whatever it produces, it will give. But this Kalpavriksha is not like that. And it is also mentioning that in Goloka, everything is Krishna consciousness. In Krishna's abode, everything is said to be Krishna consciousness, meaning everything functions in the harmony with the divine will. So whatever Krishna wishes, according to that, everybody actually acts. And which is very different from this material world, where the consciousness exists in varying degrees. So it varies, right? Everybody is not very conscious about Lord. So there are different level of consciousness. Also in the Kapila, when he's teaching in Devahatu Sankhya philosophy, it is found in scripture like Srimad Bhagavatam. This philosophy basically outlines different level of consciousness and how it actually evolves in different beings. So we see that there are different consciousness in the material world. So you see that what happens when we take this example, like in our lifetime, in material world, especially in our lifetime, when we see that a small child grows into adulthood, right? So when he is growing, he is having different consciousness. So as the time passes, our consciousness also changes. So we can relate this. Right now, we are actually practicing Krishna consciousness. So maybe many years back, whether we were having the same consciousness as before towards Krishna, not necessary, right? So you see that in material world, it varies. The consciousness varies. But in spiritual world, everything is Krishna consciousness. Everybody is actually acting as per Krishna's will and for his pleasure. And then we see in this material world how the consciousness is different in different bodies. We see that there are different living entities, right? So we actually focus more on that. In material world, we have different animals, we have different human beings, then we have trees, and then we have bird, beast, all have different type of consciousness depend on the body, right? So that is what also mentioned in Bhagavatam in more detail. So it is mentioned that living entities being a superior in consciousness to the inanimates. Inanimates are basically the lifeless objects who are more lifeless objects, where we can also categorize, like when you see trees are living entities, but trees are better than stones and other inanimate things or inanimate objects. So we further see that many times we hear from Srila Prabhupada quote this, that in Padma Purana also he has saying this, that there are different types of living entities, and 1.4 million species are there, and they are again divided into various categories or consciousness based on their behavior. So we see that there are 9 lakhs of jalapranis, so aquatics, living. So all living entities who are underwater are, 9 lakh types of such entities are there. And then there are 11 lakh, or we can say 1.1 million types of reptiles and insects. And there are 10 lakhs or 1 million, 10 lakh is 1 million types of birds, different type of birds. And then there are 3 million different kinds of beasts or animals. So we see that depending on the consciousness, there are 4 lakh different type of human beings. And then these categories is again depending on their consciousness, they are given different grades. We see that, again, we see that human beings are in the society, they are divided into different categories, right? Some are Brahman, some are Shudras, depending on what kind of consciousness they have. So again, you see that in the society, Brahmanas are considered to be the best. And among Brahmans, those who have studied Vedas are the best. And again, among those Brahmanas who understand the purpose of Vedas are the best. So finally, better than man who liberated from material contamination is the pure devotee who execute devotional services without expectation of any reward. And that is nothing but called as Krishna consciousness. So when we see this little more, so we are discussing here more about this material world, but when we see in Goloka, so there we see that there is Kalpavriksha, right? Who actually is the single entity which actually fulfill all our desires. And we see that something, there is master and servant relation. So everything is a relation between master and servant, and master is nothing but Lord Krishna, and servant is nothing but the Prakriti, right? So we see that also the difference that in spiritual world, everybody is Krishna consciousness, everybody is serving, and whoever is actually serving Lord Krishna, he is called as Prakriti. So we often see that in this material world, we call man as Purusha, and he tries to enjoy the material things. But actually speaking, we all are actually servants. Whether it is a man or woman or tree or whatever, every living entity actually is a servant. Because he is Prakriti, and Prakriti is servant. And Bhokta is nothing but Lord Krishna. And then we also see that in Goloka, there are millions of Surabhi cows, right? There are millions of Surabhi cows, not only this Kalpavriksha, the tree who fulfill our desires. There are million cows like Surabhi, which can produce unlimited milk, which is mentioned also in this verse. When you read this verse, it is talking about Surabhi cows, where the whole kingdom actually is surrounded by millions of Surabhi cows. And actually, it is saying that Krishna is a caretaker. Krishna is tending. Tending is caretaker of all these cows. He is protecting all of them and taking care with great love. And all this Prakriti there, let it be tree or cows or gopis, or there are 100 lakhs of Lakshmis who is serving in Goloka. They have only one desire and one purpose: to serve Krishna, the Lord. Whereas we see in this material world, the things are very different, right? Everybody is not very Krishna consciousness. So that is what it is actually described in this shloka. So what is our duty? Our duty is to, since we are not Purusha. So Purusha is only Lord Krishna. He is the enjoyer. So that is why we see here Purusha is also referred as Adi Purusha. So, and so Govinda is the Adi Purusha, and we are the Prakriti. All the human beings are the Prakriti. And this, we see that in all the shlokas, you see in the last line, Brahma is glorifying him by saying, which line? Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. So thank you very much, Hare Krishna. So this, we'll see further shlokas going forward and see the complete what Brahma described about this in Brahma-saṁhitā. So any question or suggestion or addition, we can discuss. Otherwise, we'll move to the next part of the program. So we'll move to the Damodar Ashtakam. So who is going to recite Damodar Ashtakam today?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Why is the 29th verse discussed, not the second verse after the first one?
Yes, Mataji, we have programmed in the Brahma-saṁhitā like that. So Brahma-saṁhitā have different ordering, but the program you will see, we have different shlokas, different ordering. So based on the theme, basically it is organized. So you will see that the order will be not like what is there in the Brahma-saṁhitā, but as per the categorization we have ordered it in different way.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So we'll move into the Damodar Shloka today, and request all to actually show the ghee lamp to Damodar, because it's a very auspicious month. Damodar month, Kartik month has already started. So it is very good if we can show the lamp every day, ghee lamp to Damodar. And you can see Siddhi Mataji is highlighting. I'll try to spotlight that. So please also, if somebody can sing the Damodar Ashtakam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I?
Yes, please, Mataji.
Hare Krishna to everybody. Śrī Damodar Ashtak. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyulukaladhavamanam Paramrishtam Atyantato Drutya Gopya Rudantam Muhurnetrayugmam Rijantam Karambhojayugmena Satankanetram Muhushwasakampa Sitagraivam Damodaram Bhaktibaddham Iti Drakswalilabhiranandakunde Swaghosham Nimajjantam Akyapayantam Tadiye Shatageshu Bhakterjitatvam Punha Prematastam Shatavritti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Mokshavadhim Va Na Chanyam Vrineham Vareshadapiha Idam Deva Purnatha Gopala Balam Sada me manasya virastam kimanne idam te mukham bhujam atyanta nile vritam kuntalai snigdha raktaisya gopya muhushchumbitam bimba raktadharam me manasya virastamalam lakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishno Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vrishyati Dinam Batanu Grahanesha Mamakya Medhakshi Drishya Kuveratmajau Baddha Murtayeva Yadva त्वयामोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्रजमानम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Manisha Mataji. Thank you, Siddhi Mataji, for showing your altar. So thank you, all devotees. We'll join tomorrow again. Please show your altars and sing Damodar Ashtakam every day. Show a deep lamp to Lord Krishna, Damodar. So we'll join tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Danvat Pranam to everybody
Hare
assembled.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji,
Thank you, Kalyani
was
Mataji.
there any problem with your net today? Or it was at my side, my place? Because it was quite in...
Optimized for finding the next one.
Mataji?
आपकी तरफ सिग्नल कम था या like at my place I think at my place today the net was not too good. So the flow was not very continuous at my place.
So the voice was very slow, or
No, there was a lot of interruption. I think the signal at my place. I just wanted to find out, was it at your end with everybody, or it was just with me? Like, could be with me only.
Devotees-
Anyway, no, anyway, it's okay, Prabhu. I'll listen to
Devotees
that.
also have the same problem, or
I had
Anyway.
a problem of opening the camera. I don't know. I could not see which side the camera was. I tried. Then afterwards I got
Okay, it was my end problem. Anyways, thank you,
I
Prabhu.
don't know.
Okay.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
I
Hare
am
Krishna,
unable
devotees.
to join from the phone, from the direct link. But the first I have to fill the meeting code, then only I am able to join from laptop. If I want to join from the phone, I am unable to join. Yesterday I also faced the same problem. The link is not working and the voice is also low.
Acha Mataji, but the link actually directly
Medium.
opens.
Right.
That link directly opens to the Zoom meeting.
But it's not opening. Yesterday is not opening. Today it's also not opening. Only by filling the passcode and code, then only opening.
Okay. So, we'll look into that, Mataji. We'll look into that. But today I tried to join from that link. It was opening for me. So we'll recheck that again. Is it with all devotees? Same thing?
No, Prabhuji, with me, the link was opening, but in between, I was losing a lot of signal. I don't know whether it was at my end or at your end, so I just wanted to confirm with that. I think it was mostly, I was not getting a proper signal network.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. I'm sorry.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Thank
then
you.
with Pranam. I
No,
think
no,
the
no.
audio, the voice was very much audible. Everything was clear. Maybe some are facing that, but it must be a network issue.
Yes.
And some Mataji she was telling about not, getting connected to the link. Maybe she can use only the meeting ID and passcode for the morning.
Mataji, I have to open the laptop and morning time is children time. Na? The phone is little bit easy. Just click the link and get started.
That's right. But in case if that is not working, then you just
Yes,
open
I'm
the
doing
Zoom
that.
and
Yes, I'm
Right.
doing that. That's why I'm online.
Yeah, Mataji, in case if direct link is not working, you have to give the passcode and the meeting ID. But we'll also see that if the link directly goes into the meeting.
Yes, it's little comfortable, Prabhuji.
Yeah, because actually I also tried this link. It is actually going there. I'm not sure why. If there is some problem with the link, we'll just recheck and post the direct link.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Thank you.
So-
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you for joining. We'll join tomorrow again. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.